Lake County Aging and Adult Services. We are doing an every minute on the minute workout today. If you're not unsure of what we're doing or what equipment you need, please look at the description of this video because I'm just going to get right into it today. All right, so we're starting with our warm up and we are going to start with the march. Belly in nice and tight. Remember, if you want to play some music in the background, please do. We're not doing anything to a beat. So play it in the background. You can still hear me. Just marching, nice warm up, nothing crazy. Remember, I have a chair here because maybe you want to sit. You can do everything seated, no big deal. Just kind of march, get a little groove in there, get a little bounce. Start at your own pace though. Good, we're gonna change this to lifting our knees if that's comfortable. Not even using my arms here. If it's not comfortable, maybe you can just lift your toes up. Belly nice and tight. You can hang on to your chair while you're doing this. Lift those knees. Good, we're gonna switch this to a hamstring. We're gonna press those heels back, warming up the back of the leg. Side to side. I already got lots of balance going. Right? Good. Let's go back to that march. We're doing 3 rounds of this. So it's about a minute each round. If you want to get a little bit more of just a nice jog in, you can. Remember, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of impact, right? It can be helpful. As long as you're not feeling any pain, that's the main thing, right? Don't want any pain. Belly nice and tight, chest up. Keep moving. 30 seconds of this, 15 seconds, we're gonna add those knees. This time I'm gonna add a little bit of my arms. Gradual warm up. Gradual warm up. Belly in nice and tight as we do this. This is 15 seconds. Good, and now we're going to a hamstring curl using those arms. So you'll see me look at my stopwatch. It's right over here. I suggest you do the same when you do your workouts. Keep on point. Good, last time march. Bring a little bit more of a jog. I don't want to do this longer than I need to, right? So I want to know when 30 seconds is over. Keep moving. Remember, you can be right here. You don't even have to be jogging. Whatever a warm-up feels like to you. Belly in tight. Keep moving. Almost done with this first part of the warm-up. Remember, our warm-up's about 3 to 5 to 8 minutes, depending on what your day is like. Now, I'm going to lift. Put my arms overhead, if that's comfortable. If not, I'm gonna stay right here. Anything you do is good, as long as you're not feeling pain, as long as you're feeling safe. Let's go to those hamstring curls. Heels up, bend and straighten the elbows. We got another round, couple rounds of things. We're gonna start with a hip back extension. I'm gonna give you side view. I'm going to bend at my knee, my hip, just down like I'm going to scratch the side of my knee, but look how flat my back is. And we're doing 8 of these. There's 4, 5, not worrying about time anymore, 6, 7, nice flat back. You don't have to go down that deep if you don't want to. And there's 8, good. Next thing you're going to do are 8 small squats. Just little ones. 1. If you feel more comfortable, back up to your chairs there. 2. 3. Press into the entire foot. 4. Breathing. 5. 6. This is just a great way to get started during the day. 7. 1 more. And 8. Now we're going to do a band pull apart. We're going to pretend like we're holding a band. We're just going to take our arms apart. 1, 2, 3, squeeze those shoulder blades. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to do a series of claps, hands to the side. We're just going to clap our hands right here at our chest, just 4 of these. Good, and now we're going to do it right at the top of our head. 2, 3, 4, and now we're going to go as high as you can go comfortably. 2, 3, And now we do all that again. Good back extensions, 8 of them. 1, nice flat back. 2, hopefully you can see how flat my back is. 3, sometimes I get too much arch here. 4, go at your own pace. 5, just like I'm gonna scratch the outside of my knees. 6, if you can't go that low, don't worry about it. 7, 1 more. 8, good, our little squats. 1, these don't need to be deep. Here's a side view, you can see. 2, I'm not going real deep. 3, 4, whole foot's pressing into the floor. Don't let those knees fall in. 5, so I don't want to see any of this. 6, got to stick your rear end back. 7, 1 more. 8, good. Band pull aparts, faux band pull aparts. Take those arms apart. 1, scapular retraction. 2, pull those shoulder blades together. 3, move your arms by pulling those shoulder blades together. 4, remember to breathe. 5, 6, 7, last one, 8. Good, my cheat sheet's over here, that's what I keep looking at. So here, making fists at the bottom, doing those claps again. Hands are wide at the top, fists at the bottom. 2, 3, what is this? 1 more is 4. And then we're gonna go up over our head. 1, warming up the hands, warming up the shoulders. 3, 4, good, squeeze those fists at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, all warmed up. Next we have cardio. All right, so now we're moving on to our cardio. I'm gonna show you the different elements of the workout for the cardio portion. The first minute will be punching for 45 seconds, or maybe you'll do 30 seconds or 20 seconds. Whatever, just stick to the same amount each time. The second thing we're gonna do is called a modified burpee. Yes, it's gonna be fun. What I'm gonna do is have something sturdy that's not gonna move. I'm gonna come over to it, I'm gonna step back, and I'm going to just do a little jump. Step back. If I don't wanna jump, I'm gonna go up on my toes. That's a modified burpee, all right? Then I'm gonna do sit to stands. Y'all know sit to stands. You don't have to use a chair, but you can if you like. Then we're going to do some arm circles side to side, and then we're going to do jumping jacks, all right? 45 seconds basically of each movement, 3 rounds of each. All right, you ready? We're gonna go with our first move in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and punch those arms. Belly in nice and tight. You can do these seated. I always like to show how you don't have to use your legs to get your heart rate up. Arms straight out. Here's a side view. I'm not right here. I want to get a full extension. I can punch down if that's better for my shoulders. Come on, nice athletic stance here, belly in tight. Not moving those hips all over the place. Nice, strong core. Keep going. If you can make those 45 seconds, great. If you need to stop at 30, that's okay too. We got 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. And guess what? We get 15-second rest. Isn't that nice? You're welcome. Ready? And relax. All right. So we got 15 seconds of a break. That's what's wonderful about the every minute on the minute. Do as much as you can in a certain amount of time, and you get your rest. So take a break, the rest. Ready? Modified burpees. Here we go. I'm going to go out, out, up. Little jump. If I don't want to jump, just go up on my toes. Make sure whatever you're doing this on is not going to slide. This is super strong, heavy cable. Belly in tight. Whatever version works for you. All right, whatever version works for you. Maybe your version's right here. That's great. Maybe you can take a big old step back and take a big jump. Maybe you can only do 20 seconds of this. That's okay. Do what you can. Come on. Good. Take a break. Excellent. 15-second break. Next is our arm circles, side to side step. This is really just meant to get your heart rate up, work your coordination a little bit. Ready? Here we go. We start with side to side, and then we just add arm circles. Remember, arm circles can be down here if that's better for you. Once you get this motion down, I want you to speed it up. Belly in nice and tight. Can you go even quicker? Remember, if it's getting your neck, arms are down. Come on, we got 15 more seconds. If you're just doing 30, not just 30, but if you're choosing to do 30, that's great. You're done. You get 30 seconds rest. Nothing wrong with that. Almost there. Good, and relax. Excellent. Next are our squats. So sit to stands on the chair is just fine, or you can just do squats. I'm going to show just air squats. All right, these are not weighted, so I want you to go for as many as you can with good form. Here we go. Sitting and standing. So remember, you can always do this on your chair. Notice how my butt is going back. I got to reach for that chair. I'm not doing this. I want to make sure those heels stay down. Weight stays in the entire foot. Come on, keep moving. 15 seconds come and gone. If your knees hurt with that big flexion, don't do as big a flexion. Make it more of that moderate squat. Keep moving. Almost there. 10 seconds. Almost there. Good, and relax. Woo! All right, last minute of the 5. Of course, we got 2 more rounds of this. Jumping jacks. Ready, set, and here we go. So here are those one-legged jacks. There's nothing wrong with these. Arms don't even have to go up overhead. Is there anything wrong with doing a full jack? No, not if you can. Not if you don't experience pain. Not if your doctor has told you not to. Remember, impact, when done thoughtfully, is beneficial. Body likes it. But we always have to be thoughtful and want you to feel safe. So go with the level that feels good to you. That's the most important. Maybe that level changes the longer we go, right? Keep moving. And relax. 15-second break. And then we go right back to that standing punch. I like these rests, just mentally. It's nice. Get to gather myself. All right, you ready? Set. Punch those arms. Now that we know what we're doing, we can get a little bit more into it. You don't have to think so much. Belly in. Breathe. Punch those arms. Bending at the elbows and the shoulders. Here's that side view. Imagine whatever you're punching is a foot, if not more, away from you. You gotta reach for it. Keep moving, belly in nice and tight. Come on, 15 seconds. If you need to take a break, take one. Try to set that goal and keep it though for all 3 rounds. 3, 2, 1. Good, take a break. Shake out those arms. Modified burpee. So we're going to use that platform. Make sure you got on those non-slip shoes. Ready? Here we go. Take it up. Nothing wrong with doing burpees. If you can go on a lower surface than this, great. If you need to just stay here and step forward and back, not bend, that's fine too. Very easily modified. Hurt your hands to reach up overhead? Don't do it. Don't like jumping? Don't. Come on, 15 seconds. How many can we do? 3 maybe? Maybe 4. Good, and relax. Whew. Arm circle side to side. So again, this is really meant to just get that cardiovascular response. It sure does in me. You can definitely feel it. Ready. And begin. We're starting side to side, then get those arms into it. Remember, if this isn't working for you, could you do this instead? Sure. Right? The idea is to do that lateral motion because we just don't do a lot of that in our lives. And to make it quick. I like circling my arms forward. You might like circling them back. That's why I don't specify. Going as quickly as we can safely. Right? Safety first, form second. Then speed. Speed's a distance third. 10 seconds, come on. Good, and relax. All right, sit to stands next, or air squats. You can do them on your chair if you'd rather. Ready, set, and begin. Do those air squats. So the idea is, when you're doing this on your own, is to count how many you get in that first round, and then try to get that same amount the next 2 rounds, or even more. Weights in the entire foot. Don't let that heel come off the ground. Stick your rear end back. If you need a wide stance, take one. Here it is from the front. You can see I have a pretty wide stance. My toes are slightly out. I do a lot of squats. I know where my body needs to be. Whew. Come on. Almost there. 5 seconds. And take a break. Whew. Jumping jacks. If you feel better, you can always sit down for your rest. Those are just extra sit to stands as far as I'm concerned. All right, you ready? Jumping jacks. Do what feels good to you. Whatever feels good to you. You know, my shoulders, y'all have heard me say this. The shoulders are feeling good today. So I don't mind going up overhead, but what? At least half the time, I don't want to go up overhead. Doesn't feel good. I don't want to do full jumps if it hurts. But if I can do them safely, that's all right. Life involves impact. Belly in. Come on. Whatever version of jumping jack you're doing. 5 seconds. Take a break. All right, good news. Last round. All of those one more time. This will be a 15-minute workout. All right. Are we ready? Set. And begin. Punch those arms. Punch them, punch them. Belly in. Remember, your butt's not moving around. Punch it. Try to hit that thing more times than you did in the first minute. More times than you did in the second. Make this third one the brutal one. Don't lose that range of motion though. Belly in. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Taking a break if you need to. There's our 30-second mark. Come on. Breathe. Breathe. 5 seconds. And relax. Don't have to do punches again today, but we do have to do another round of modified burpees. Yes, we're working our way to getting onto the ground. Not today, maybe not tomorrow. Let's go. But soon. Can't get there if we don't start working on it. Good. If you're getting tired and you feel like your form's getting sloppy, take a, you don't necessarily have to stop, but maybe you can just do a smaller motion. Give yourself an active recovery. That means continuing to move even after you want to stop. You just get smaller motions. That's that active recovery. So we're still moving. Woo! Come on. At least one more. Oh, I might be able to get in one more. Yes. Excellent. Take a break. Arm curl with the side step. All right. Ready. We're starting with that side to side and then taking that arm. Now that you know what we're doing, maybe your knees are bent a little bit more of an athletic stance. You don't feel comfortable doing this? Oh my God, look, right? And then halfway through, I turn around so that I use one arm half the time, the other arm the other half. Believe me, I have a solution for everything. For every excuse, I have a solution. Come on. Moving at your fast pace, whatever that is. Might not be mine, might not be anybody else's, doesn't matter. Come on, 5 seconds. And relax. Woo, good job. Sit to stands. This time, I am gonna use, no, I'm not gonna use my chair. It's not on the screen. All right, you ready? Last time, sit to stand or air squat. Here we go. Squeeze your butt on the way up. Squeeze it. If you're not gonna stand, if you're seated and you don't wanna stand, I still want you to squeeze your butt like you're gonna stand. Both feet on the floor. Heels stay down. Press that floor away from you. Press the floor away with your feet. Breathe. Keep moving. Come on. Just keep looking forward. You don't need to change what you're doing. Last 10 seconds. Get in good ones. Don't get sloppy. Remember, safety first, form second. Good. And relax. Take a break. Jumping jacks. Last one. This is the last one in our workout. It's awesome. Ready, set, and go. Whatever works for you. Come on, try to keep moving. Take a break if you need to. Listen to your body, but also push it. There's that balance. Last 10 seconds. And relax. Woo, all right. We are moving on to every minute on the minute strength. All right, for our every minute on the minute strength portion, I'm gonna go over the equipment that we're gonna use. So we're gonna do rows. I have these 5-pound change plates that I'm gonna use. You can use can of soup, you can use dumbbell, ankle weights, whatever. For the weighted sit to stand, I'm just gonna use my change plates. I'm gonna go from there and hold these, but I also have this weighted ball that I might use on 1 or 2 of them. Third, I'm gonna need a band for band pull-aparts. If you don't have a band, you're just gonna have to pretend like you have a band, all right, on this one. Also, I have these 2 grocery bags. They both have 2 seltzer waters and 1 regular water in them. And we're gonna use these for our deadlifts because I want you to kind of see that we're not doing this just to lift weights. We're doing this so that this translates into what you do as a regular person in your life. And then last, I still have my table here because I'm going to do push-ups. If that's too much of a decline for you or an incline, you can always do them on the wall, okay? All right, so we are going to start with our rows in 10 seconds, and we're gonna do 10 of each exercise in that minute, so we should have a pretty good amount of rest. You ready? Here we go with the rows. Nice flat back. 1, squeeze those shoulder blades together. 2, 3, go at your own pace. 4, 5, 6, nice flat back. If bent over is too much for you, 7, you can always stand up. 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now I'm going to go to my chair. I'm going to take whatever weight I'm going to use for that weighted sit to stand. And we got 30 seconds rest. So if what we're doing takes you way less than 30 seconds, if you're able to do it very, very quickly with good form, then maybe you up it to 15 repetitions, or just enjoy the rest, right? Nothing wrong with that. Feet flat on the floor, knees right above the ankles. I got my weight if I want to use it. All right, you ready? Set, here we go. We're gonna stand up and sit down, squeeze the butt. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Like you're holding a plate in your hand. 5, or maybe a kid, maybe a dog, right? We stand up with stuff in our hands all the time. There's 7. I hope I'm keeping count. 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Set those weights down. We're transitioning to our banded pull-aparts. All right, so I'm going to grab my band. Doesn't have to be this exact kind of band. Nice strong stance, belly in nice and tight. I'm going to grab the band so that it's loose between my hands, but not super loose. And I can have my hands wider apart or closer. You ready? Set. Here we go. 1, squeeze those shoulder blades. 2, we did this in the warm-up without the band, and it's still effective. There's 4. 5, belly in tight. I always do this seated. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Again, 30 seconds rest. Put that band down. I'm going to get my weights that I'm going to use for my deadlift. Put them out here. Good old trusty, real life grocery bags. And maybe I can put my dumbbell in there, but it gives me an opportunity to see how this is something that we do every day. If this is too much for you, put it on an elevated surface. It doesn't have to be all the way to the ground. All right, you ready? And here we go. So we're gonna go down and lift. 1, nice flat back. This is like that hip and back extension that we did in the warm-up. 2, 3, squeeze your butt at the top. 4, remember we're not leaning back. We're not doing this. 5, don't wanna do that. 6, 7, I like the grocery bags too because I don't have to bend down too much. 8, 9, and 10. Let's set it back down. All right, next, we got about 20 seconds rest. We're going to do push-ups. You wanna sit down in between? Great, again, all that is extra sit to stands, knock yourself out. I think that's a great idea. 10 seconds up. So I'm gonna do 10 push-ups. If that's too much for you, take it down to 5. If that's too little for you, take it up to 12, whatever. Belly in nice and tight, here we go. 1, 2, do you have to have such a deep bend? No. 3, could be a little more shallow. 4, and that's absolutely fine. 5, make sure whatever you're doing this on, 6 is not gonna slide. 7, 8, 9, here's the 10th one. 10, maybe I'm not going back as far. I bent a little bit more on that one. You can always do it up against the wall. All right, first round done. Second round coming up. We're doing our rows. You can always do your rows seated. And remember, you don't have to bend over. When we bend over for the row, it just helps, you just use more gravity. All right, you ready? So get to that position, nice flat back, ready? And row. 1, 2, 3, squeeze those shoulder blades. 4, 5, like the banded pull aparts. 6, but different. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. This time I'm going to use my weighted medicine ball. It weighs 12 pounds. I'm going to use good form to pick it up. It's a little cumbersome. That's okay. You know, sometimes we might be holding something that's odd, that's weird. This is just a chance to prep for that. 10 seconds, feet flat on the floor, whether you have weight or not. Always get into that good position. 10 of these. Ready, set, here we go. 1, 2, reach for that chair with your rear end. 3, 4, 5, 6. Use that entire foot. 7, heels on the ground. 8, 9, 10. Excellent. I'm going to set this weighted ball down, just the reverse of how I picked it up. Nice flat back. I'm going to grab my band. 15 seconds. Band pull aparts. You can always do these seated. Find that posture, belly in nice and tight. Ready. And begin. So you can make these harder by getting a different color band. You can make them harder by putting less of the band between your hands. Always want to inspect those bands, make sure there's no rips or tears in there. There's 5, 6. Squeeze those shoulder blades. 7, 8. Belly nice and tight. 9. And 10. Excellent. Setting that weight down, or the band down. Getting our trusty old bags out. Could I do this from my chair? Set my weights on my chair and stand up stand up from there and do the deadlift? Absolutely. But again, that's why I like these bags. It's already a little bit elevated, so I'm not bending over too much. 10 seconds. Working hamstrings, posterior chain, hamstring, glutes, all of our back. Ready, set, and begin. Bending down. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. So if I just went to the grocery store and bought 2 gallons of milk, I'd have 16 pounds in my bag. That's what I want to strive to lift in my workouts, if that's what my life demands. Here's 8, 9, nice flat back, and 10. Excellent. Set those weights down. Put them out of the way. We got push-ups next, and we got about 20 seconds. You can take a break. You can sit however you need to spend your time. Remember, when you sit, extra sit to stand. Always a good thing. All right, remember, you can always do these push-ups against a wall if the incline is too much for you. Ready, and begin. 1, elbows in close. Just like on that row. 2, working the chest and the triceps. 3, 4, 5. Remember, 5 might be enough for you. 6, 7, 8. Go at your own pace. 9, and 10. And 10 might be too little, right? We're gonna do another round. If you're thinking, I know, I'm not doing another round, okay, you're done. You can move on to the cool down, but otherwise, we're gonna do that other round. Maybe you do this other round, but you go down in weight. Maybe you do this other round, but you go up in weight. Just, whatever. All right, so we're gonna get into that row position. I'm gonna show you a new row position. Split stance, same thing, back nice and flat. Ready, and here we go. 1. I like the split stance. 2, I tend to use it on my own. 3, it just helps me keep my back flat. 4, especially when I'm lifting heavier weight. 5, squeeze those shoulder blades, elbows in close. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. I'm going to use these weights for my sit to stand. If you need water, of course, grab it. That's what's wonderful about these rests. Gives you plenty of time to hydrate. Feet flat on the floor, knees right above your ankles. We got 15 seconds. Weighted sit to stands. You can also, and I can hold the weights right here if I wanted to, right? We'll do that on this one. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2. Go at your own pace. If I'm going too slow for you, that's okay. Go a little faster. 4, 5. We're almost done. 6, 7, 8, 9. This different way of holding them, maybe go a little bit slower. 10. Excellent. We'll put these weights down. And we are doing banded pull parts. Last round of banded pull parts. You need a break from standing. These are a great one to do seated. Ready, set, and begin. 1, 2. In general, bands, the colors, yellow is the least resistance, then green, then red. So red is tough, and then purple is harder than that, and then black is harder than that. Usually, every company seems to have their own color scheme. This is 9 for me. And 10. Excellent. Yay, done with that band, huh? We got those deadlifts. So I'm gonna bring those weights over here. Thinking about that hip and back extension. I'm bending at my ankles, my knees, and my hips. Not just my ankles and my knees, and not rounding my back. I want to keep it nice and flat. 10 seconds. All right, 10 of these. Ready, set, and begin. 1. I'm pressing that floor away from me as I stand up, squeezing my butt. 3. Working the back of the body. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Oh yeah, and 10. Excellent. Setting those weights back down. Done with the deadlift. Sorry, my stopwatch turned off. Uh-oh, now I've done it. We're just gonna guess. It's all right, we'll guess for this last one. All right, are you ready for those push-ups? Belly in nice and tight. Last 10. Ready? Here we go. 1. Sorry if I gypped you on the rest. 2. 3. Working the core, the triceps, the chest. Push-ups are such a good exercise. Plus, it's the best way to get off the floor, right? Go push yourself up. There's 7. 8. 9. Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful being done. Good job. And 10. All right, we're gonna move on to our cool down. All right, so for our every minute on the minute, it's gonna be a little different. I'm not gonna stick to that exactly, but basically we are going to do our side steps here. Just cooling down. This is a cool down that you could use for really anything, all right? We just wanna bring our heart rate down slowly, you know, moving about 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. You can make it cool down as long as you want. There's no hard and fast, but at least 3 minutes. Keep going. Just looking at my watch. Good. Let's switch this and go to our hamstring curls. And these are littler, right? So we did these in the warm-up. Remember, we started small and got bigger. We're just going to go right to the small stuff. This is a great cool down for after cardio. It's a great cool down for after strength. Doesn't really matter. Good. Just kind of moving side to side. Good. All right, now we're going to change this to a heel forward. I'm going to add a little bicep curl. Go at a nice even pace. If you got music on, it's super fast. Try not to keep the beat Your heart rate's just gonna keep going up. Let's take those arms out of it and really start to focus on pressing that heel in front of us. Next foot that you have out in front, hold it there and then just bend those hips. And we're gonna come back up. We're just stretching the hamstring. Here's a side view. I'm just bending and I'm coming back up. I'm not holding. One more time, bending, coming back up, switching sides, other heel out, bending, coming back up. Just a little bit of a dynamic stretch. We'll get into the static stretch in just a second. Good, and relax. Now what we're gonna do is tap our toes behind us and squeeze the butt. Tap the toes behind, squeeze the rear end. Good. Nice and easy. Squeeze your rear end. Don't arch your back. Let your rear end move that leg. Good. Now what we're going to do is slow this down. Take one leg back, push the hip forward, then alternate. Other leg goes back, push the hip forward to stretch. Take a step back. It doesn't need to be a big step. Let's do that again. Alternating. One more time each side. Just stretching that hip flexor. Good. And relax. Let's do a side bend. One side and the other. Now some of you might like to get your arm overhead. Great, do that. I don't like that. It doesn't work for me, but I know a lot of people that does, so please do it. Now we're gonna go to one side and hold for just a second. Good, coming up into the other side. Hold for just a second. Good, coming back up. Let's look over one shoulder and look over the other. Look over one. Good, shoulder rolls. Really focusing on the breath. Good. Remember, this cool down can be used for any workout. Take a deep breath up. Arms can go overhead if you like, and down. One more time. Big deep breath. Almost done with the workout. We just got flexibility. All right, so for flexibility, I am going to sit. All of these can be done standing if you like. And we're gonna go back to that every minute on the minute, just because that really helps me focus on holding the stretches. So we're gonna start with our hamstring, taking one leg straight out in front of you, sitting up nice and tall, and we're just gonna lean forward. And if you like, you can reach forward. You don't have to reach. The idea behind the reach is so that you're not bending down to touch your toes and articulating at the spine. We want to keep a nice long back, stretching the back of that straight leg. Holding this for about 30 seconds. Want to hold your stretches for at least 20 and really ideally 60. So I shoot for 30, right? Good, and relax and come up into the other side. Same thing. Remember, you can always reach. Can you do this standing? Yes, it looks like this. It's the same thing. But for me, because I'm pretty inflexible, I like to take the balance aspect out, really focus on the stretch. Maybe getting a little diaphragmatical breathing in here. Good, and relax. Now we're going to go to the hip flexor. I'm going to scoot the side of my chair, let my leg fall off, open the hip. You can do this one standing. It's just that standing lunge, pushing the hip forward. Almost the exact same thing seated. Opening the hip up. We want to extend the hip. Remember, if we sit a lot, this gets really tight. And some of the exercises we did today got that area. Open it up, stretch the abdominals as well. Good, let's go to the other side. Scoot to the other side, drop that leg off, other leg goes back, open the hip, belly in nice and tight. Just a 5-minute stretch here. You like stretching, add on. You can use that 30 seconds on each side. Orientation like we're doing here, or structure like we're doing here. That's great. Good. Relax, coming back to a good seated position. Take our arm across, stretch the rear delt. You can always bend at the elbow if that's a better stretch for you. Make sure you sit up nice and tall. Remember that diaphragmatical breathing. When you breathe out, your belly comes in. When you breathe in, let that belly go. Try to get out of that chest and into that diaphragm. Good, switch sides. Cross it over. I said 5-minute stretch, I lied. It's about 7 minutes. It's not a bad lie. I didn't do it on purpose. I just forgot. I just forgot a few things. Stretch in the back of the shoulder. Good, and relax. Reaching the hands back, you can grab your chair if you like. Open the chest. If it's too much to hold your chair, you can just reach back. You might feel this in the front of your shoulders. I'm trying to hit that chest a little bit from those push-ups that we did. Good, release those arms slowly, and we're going to twist to one side and hold. Sitting up tall, let your torso twist. Your head is the last thing to turn. Don't let your head be the leader of this stretch. Let your torso. Sitting up nice and tall. Remember, stretches are really good for loosening the hips. For those of us who sit a lot, which is pretty much all of us, right? It's hard to get out of it. Good, let's go to the other side and twist. These are a great one to do. So the hip flexor stretch that we just did, and then the twist are great ways to loosen up that hip area that gets so tight when we're seated a lot. Remember to breathe. Ten more seconds. Good, and relax, coming back to the front. Taking one elbow up, stretch the tricep. So this is not a great stretch for me. I know many of you can do this stretch very well. So what my rule of thumb is, I raise my elbow as far as I can without distorting my lower back or my upper back even. I just want to go as far as I can, trying to feel the stretch in the tricep. If you got shoulder issues like I do, it's just not a great stretch for you. Good, and relax. Over to the other side. It's not a bad stretch. It's just, you just have to know to just go to your own limit. Don't look at your neighbor and what they're doing. Good job. Almost there, you guys. Don't lose that posture. Good, and relax. Let's let the head fall to one side and just hold it. We're not going to hold this one. If holding this stretch is uncomfortable for you, don't hold it. I'm just going to hold it for 10 seconds. And now to the other side. Remember to breathe. We are going to end this stretch session the way that I always end my stretch sessions in my class. Head up, and take a deep breath in. Arms going to come up to the side. We're going to exhale and round the back into that cat position. Inhale and open the chest. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. One more time. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. And let those arms come down the side. Thanks for doing the workout with me today. Here's a good example of how you can use it every minute on the minute to keep it kind of fresh and interesting. Have a great day.